Hi everyone. Somebody tell me, audio both are clear, all of you? Right. So we'll be continuing our discussion on which one? This highway formula session, highway formula revisions, right? What is that? Which part we were discussing? If we just observe, right? Which part we were discussing? If we just observe, all of you? Which part we are discussing, all of you? That Marshall's ability test got over, na? Yes or no? Right now, all formula revision, right? All formula revision of this highway engineering by myself, right? Will be attending, will be completing these things. All of you, welcome to Unacademy. Let's crack it, right? Everyone, get ready to crack, all of you, right? So, whenever you are subscribing for the plus and iconic courses, don't forget to use the referral code RP Civil Live. RP Civil Live is my referral code. You have to use always, okay? Now, this is my profile. You can follow me at which, and RPC Live is my referral code you have to use, right? These are all the plus subjects I'll be taking in Unacademy plus platform. At present, which one are going on? This structural analysis got completed today itself. Tomorrow, that special class, with the special class, it will be over, and RCC is going on, you can say. So, all India mock test every Sunday from January 2nd to January 30th. Every Sunday you will be having which one? This mock test, you can say, right? Don't miss this mock test, all of you, right? You can just scan this QR code and you can redirect it to that link. So every Sunday you will be having at 11 AM. What is it you will be having? You will be having this combat event. Na? Don't miss this combat events, all of you, right? Don't miss these combat events, everyone. So scholarships you will be getting, and 25%, 50%, 75%, 100% also sometimes scholarship you will be getting, and there is a chance that you will be getting these rewards, right? Apple, iPad, JBL headphones, and everything you'll be getting, right? Lina, good evening, right? These are all the things you'll be getting, right? So what is it you have to use? Referral code. In the description you can find the link for this combat. RP Civil Live is a referral code you have to use always, okay? RP Civil Live is a referral code you have to use, right? So these are the new batches, you can say. New batches starting, right? And those who are preparing for this ESE interview, na? Those who are preparing for this ESE interview, just go through this, all of you, fill your details and get the interview done, okay? ESE interview, those who are preparing for, right? Yes, people, good evening. Right, so these are the plus courses I'm doing now, and these are the free courses I'm doing now, okay? Right now, coming to this, right? Coming to this, if you just observe which part we are in, the Marshall's ability test we were discussing now. If you just remember, all of you, isn't it? That Marshall's ability test part we are discussing, and in this only, if you just observe, what is this chapter number? That is chapter number 14 only, no? I think it is chapter 14 only for materials. Chapter 15 payment design, we can say, right? So in this, how many are done? This 239 are done, right? Yes, this 239 are done. Now we'll be continuing 240, right? So today lesson 25, all formula revision of this highway engineering part 25, 239. Now we'll see this 241, 240th and 241. So like that we'll say, right? What is this 240th? You can say, if you just observe. What is this 240th wala? Here if you just observe, right, what is that bulk specific gravity of the aggregates, you can say, if it is given as specific gravity, right? Bulk specific gravity of the aggregates. What is the bulk specific gravity of these aggregates, you can see, if you just observe. Bulk specific gravity of which one? This bitumen we have seen already. Bituminous mix we have seen, right? Bulk specific gravity or the measured specific gravity or whatever it is, right? But here bulk specific gravity of which one? This only aggregates, right? GSB, right? GSB, right? Specific gravity bulk for aggregates only. It is not for mix. You have to be careful, right? It is for aggregates only. Keep that point in mind. Not for the mix. Okay. What is it? GSB we can say, if you just observe. GSB is nothing but your mass of this aggregate, right? Mass or weight, any symbol you can use, right? Already you have used weight, na? So we'll be using weight only here also, right? Weight of this aggregates divided by which one? Weight symbol only we'll be using here, right? Weight of the aggregates divided by which one, all of you? Volume of what? Volume of what? Aggregates plus volume of aggregates plus air voids in aggregate. Volume of aggregates plus volume of air voids, right? Air voids in aggregates plus what is that you can say, volume of this absorbed bitumen, right? Absorbed bitumen, right? Some bitumen will be absorbed by this aggregates also, na? Absorbed bitumen. Absorbed bitumen, right? Now simply can we say that, right? Now simply can we say that it is excluding bitumen. This is nothing but your, it is excluding bitumen, you can say, right? It is just simply excluding bitumen, you can say, right? Bitumen will not be considered at all, right? Bitumen will not be considered at all, right? Now what is that? That is your that is how you are getting, what is that you are getting? Bulk specific gravity of the aggregates, right? GSB. Is that clear, everyone? What is that GSB, bulk specific gravity of the aggregates, all of you? Is that clear, all of you, that bulk specific gravity of the aggregates? How to get this? Is not right? Bulk specific gravity of the aggregates, you can say here. Now what is that you can say? Next formula 241, it is your which one? This effective specific gravity of these aggregates. So only aggregates volume, weight of the aggregates divided by aggregates volume plus air voids volume plus absorbed volume, right? Air voids, every air voids in the mix we have to consider, or air voids inside the aggregate we have to consider. Air voids inside the aggregate we have to consider, na? These are your air voids inside the aggregates we have to consider, right? You have to be careful, right? Air voids inside the aggregate you have to consider here, if you just observe, okay? It is not the air voids in the mix, it is the air voids inside the aggregate you have to consider, if you just say, okay? You have to be very, very careful there, right? Right. Now effective specific gravity of what, right? Effective specific gravity of this aggregates only. What is the effective specific gravity of the aggregates? GSC will be the symbol given. It is also for aggregate only, you have to be careful, right? What is the GSC? We can say GSC will be equal to what is it? That weight of these aggregates or mass of these aggregates divided by how much? How much you can say? Volume of which one? Aggregate mass, volume of these aggregates plus what? Air voids inside the aggregate only, right? These are air voids inside the aggregate only, you have to be careful. Air voids in aggregates only. So means that bitumen inside that we are just neglecting it, right? Bitumen inside this we are not considering it, okay? Excluding free bitumen, right? Excluding which bitumen? If we just observe that one, excluding free bitumen. Here this is excluding every bitumen, na? It is excluding every bitumen, na? Yes, it is excluding every bitumen, you can say it like that, okay? 241. That is effective specific gravity of the aggregates, right? Now 242. What is that you can say then? Apparent specific gravity of these aggregates. So these are the three specific gravities of aggregates only you are having, right? Apparent specific gravity of what? Aggregates. GA. What is that apparent specific gravity of these aggregates? If we just observe that GA, mass of this or weight of the aggregate, we are using the symbol weight, na? Already we are giving the symbol weight, right? Weight of the aggregate divided by which one? Weight of these aggregates divided by which one? This volume of aggregates only. Only if you are using the pure aggregates volume, then it is apparent specific gravity of the aggregates. Suppose if you are using the aggregates volume plus inside the aggregate, if you inside the aggregate that void is also present, no, those volumes also if you include, it will be effective specific gravity. And some voids are present as it is, and some voids are absorbing the bitumen. Those also if you consider, then it will become bulk specific gravity of the aggregate. Is that clear, everyone? The difference between the bulk specific gravity, effective specific gravity, and apparent specific gravity of the aggregates, all of you? Bulk specific gravity, apparent specific gravity, bulk specific gravity, effective specific gravity, and apparent specific gravity of the aggregates. Is that clear, everyone of you? Is that clear, everyone of you? The difference between these three one is not. Is that clear, all of you? Once it is clear, I'll just try to move on to the next one, right? Once these are clear, I'll try to move on to the next one, if you just say, okay? Yeah. Shall I move to the next, all of you? Right. What is that you can say? Bulk specific gravity of the mix, already we have discussed it. Bulk specific gravity of the mix, already we have discussed, right? What is the GSC symbol you can give here? GSC, if you just observe, what is the GSC you can say? Okay, if you wanted to give the expression for this GSC, what is it you can say? GSE expression will be given as mass weight of this mix minus weight of this bitumen. B means what? Bitumen. Weight of the mix divided by this weight of the bitumen divided by which one? That weight of this mix divided by which one? This GMM, right? GMM, right? GMM minus weight of this bitumen divided by this GB. So what is it you are having? What is it you are having if you just observe? What is it you are having if you just observe? Right? That G. What is it you can say if you just say that weight of the mix, right? Weight of the mix and weight of the mix. MB is nothing but which one? Right? What is the MB you can say? MB is your, sorry, WB, not MB. Yeah, WB is your weight of the bitumen. GB is your specific rate of the bitumen. W mix is nothing but your weight of the mix, and GMM, right? Tell me what is the GMM comes to be. This is a new term we are having now. GMM is which one? What is the GMM? Anyone tell me what is the GMM? Anyone tell me what is the GMM? Anyone having idea? GMM is, it is measured by vacuum test, right? You cannot measure it normally. This GMM is measured by which one? This vacuum test, right? But what it is, tell me everyone. This GMM is measured by vacuum test, right? But what is it GMM? Anyone having idea? What is it GMM? Somebody tell me what is it having? Anyone having idea what is it GMM? Anyone? Somebody tell me. I'll wait for your response. Anyone having idea of GMM or not having the idea of GMM? Somebody. Right. So here GMM, right? GMM is measured using the vacuum test, right? Measured using the vacuum test means it cannot be, right? It cannot be calculated using normal experimental procedure, right? We have to calculate it by which one? We have to calculate it by which one? We have to calculate it by which one? Vacuum test only, and it is theoretical maximum specific gravity, right? That is GMM is nothing but your theoretical maximum specific gravity. Theoretical maximum specific gravity, right? So this is your theoretical maximum specific gravity. You cannot get it from which one? You cannot get it from this Mars accessibility test, right? You cannot get it from the Mars accessibility test, right? You can get it only from which test if you just observe? You can get it only from the vacuum test, right? Vacuum test you have to conduct and get it. Is that clear everyone? So GSE expression, right? Effective specific gravity of the grade, GSE. So this expression I am giving again here if you just observe. Okay? Is that clear all of you now? Is it clear all of you know these new terms? You might have come across all these new terms, na? Yes or no? Now 243. Now tell me what is that percentage absorbed bitumen, you can say? Percentage absorbed bitumen, you can say. What is the percentage absorbed bitumen PAB if you just observe? That PAB comes to be 1 minus GSB divided by this GSA into 100. What is that GSB you can say if you just observe? Percentage absorbed bitumen means one must be having bitumen absorbed, one must not be having bitumen absorbed, right? If you just observe this GSA will be having the air voids and aggregates only, no? But that GSB if you just observe air void aggregates plus air voids inside the aggregate plus absorbed bitumen, right? From this GSB and GSE, can't you get that absorbed bitumen? Yes, can't you get this absorbed bitumen? Yes, absolutely we can get this absorbed bitumen, you can say, right? This is how we'll be getting the absorbed bitumen from here, right? Or you can also write it as GSE, effective specific rate of the aggregate minus bulk specific rate of the aggregate divided by this effective specific rate of the aggregate into 100. Like that you are getting the percentage absorbed bitumen. Is that clear everyone of you? Is that clear everyone of you? These formulas, right? These are the new formula, na? These are little bit new formula which we did not discuss previously if you just observe. Yes, na? Right. So this completes your which one? This completes your which one? This materials, right? Materials, right? Highway materials gets over, right? Now, shall I move to the next chapter if you just observe? chapter 15th na, chapter 15th, what is that? You can say that flexible payment. Okay, flexible payment, right? So under the payment design we'll be discussing this flexible payment. Okay, right? Now, so here for this flexible payment, right, whenever it is flexible payment, right, this is your 243 you are having, and 244 if you just observe, right, 244 if you just observe for this flexible payment, you can say what are the formulae you are having for this flexible payment. If you just remember everyone, what are the formulae you are having for this, right? What is that IRC code for this flexible payment? IRC code for this, IRC code for flexible payment design. What is that? You can say everyone. IRC code for this flexible payment design is what? IRC 37, right? IRC 37, you can say, right? IRC 37, right? IRC 37, right? So here IRC 37 2012 will be the latest version, and 2018 also you are having these things, you can say. Okay, right? IRC 37, right? But I am not writing the year. Okay, I am not writing the year, you can say, right? Now second one, 245. What is it you can write for this flexible payment design life? What is that design life of this flexible payment? You can say design life N is given, it is given equal to how much? You can say 20 years, and also 15 years. Next, what else is given? 10 to 15 years, right? 10 to 15 years. So for which roads it is given as your 20 years? If you just observe that 20 years is given for this expressway na, 20 years is given for this expressway, and 15 years is given for which one? This is a national highway and state highway, right? And 10 to 15 years is given for which one? This other categories, right? Others, right? Whatever the others missing here, for them you will be taking it as what? 10 to 15 years, right? Like that. That is your design life, right? Next one, what is it you can say? Generally, what is that design traffic, or if you just consider what is the standard axle, you can say. Standard axle is taken as what? Single axle with dual wheel assembly na. Single axle with what? Single axle with dual wheel assembly. Okay, single axle with this dual wheel assembly. And tell me what is the standard axle load for that? What is the standard axle load, all of you? That standard axle load comes to be that 8200 kg. It is nothing but your 80 kilonewtons, right? 80 kilonewtons or 8200 kg, you can say, right? 8200 kg, you can say, right? It is single axle dual wheel assembly, right? Only for this single axle dual wheel assembly it is applicable, right? What is the meaning of this single axle dual wheel assembly? If you just observe, what is the meaning of this single axle dual wheel assembly? If you just observe, this is your single axle dual wheel assembly. Left side two wheels are there, right side two wheels are there. This is your dual wheel, and what is this? You can say this is your 80 kilonewton axle load. Okay, axle is nothing but the arrangement connecting which one? This left wheel and right wheel together na. Axle is arrangement connecting left wheel and right wheel together. It is given if you just observe. Is it clear? Yes, not right. So this is your standard axle and the standard axle load, right? Now if we just consider 247 for other axle loads. For all axles, what is that load? What is that load? You can say design load. For all axles, the design axle load, right? Design axle loads for all the axles. What are they? You can see if you just observe. But you have to remember the first one definitely. But you have to remember the standard axle loads definitely. But for others, if possible, you remember. Otherwise, no need. because there is a possibility that they may be asked in the question examination also, right? Right. Maximum single axle load. What is the maximum single axle load? You can say, you can take it as your 65 kilonewton, and you can take it as your 80 kilonewton, right? 65 kilonewton, right? Remember, only standard you remembered? Okay, very good, right? Maximum single axle load 65 kilonewton load and 80 kilonewton load, right? What is that 65 kilonewton load? 65 kilonewton load is for what? Single wheel, single axle, single wheel, okay? And 80 kilonewton is for what? Single axle dual wheel assembly. Just now we have mentioned single axle dual wheel assembly, right? Single axle dual wheel assembly, right? Now what is another kind of load you are having? If you just observe, maximum tandem axle load, right? What is that maximum tandem axle load? You can see, if you just observe, it is 148 kilonewton, right? Maximum tandem axle load is 148 kilonewton, right? Maximum tridem axle load, right? What is the maximum tridem axle load? If you just observe, for a tridem axle, single axle means only one axle will be. Tandem axle means two axles are beside, one beside the other. Tridem axle means three axles are one beside the other, right? Three axles together. Then it is tridem axle, right? How much it comes to be? It is your 224 kilonewton. Na? Yes, it is your 224 kilonewton, right? These are the other loads you are having. Is that clear? Right? Now tell me that the design of this pavement is based on which load actually, if you just observe? Design of pavement is based on which axle load? Any axle load. Different vehicles are having this different axles, na? Then which one we have to consider? That a design of pavement is based on 98th percentile axial load, right? Is that clear? Yeah. Okay, I'll show you, don't worry. Design of pavement is based on which one? This 98th percentile axial load. What is the meaning of this 98th percentile axial load? It means that 98 percentage of the vehicles, 98 percentage of the axles considered will be having strength, will be having that axial load lesser than or equal to that value. Okay, then you can say it is a 98th percentile, right? Then you can say it is a 98th percentile axial load, if you just observe. Yes, na? Right? Isn't it? Right. So here tandem axle means, right, what is that? You can see tandem axle means here two axles are acting together, right? This is one axle you are having, just beside that one more axle immediately is there, that is your tandem axle. Okay, tridem axle means what? Three axles are present side by side, right? Have you observed at the for some particular lorries or whatever it is, people, have you observed this? Just three tires one beside the other, just three tires are together, just three tires are together. Do you have that? So now this is your single axle. That is your single axle, you can say first one. This is your single axle, single or yeah, again I am writing the same, one second. So that is your single axle, that is your single wheel connected to, right? Say whenever you are considering the vehicle, you will be having like this. Now sometimes at the front side only one wheel is there, in the middle two wheels together are there, and at the end three wheels together are there. Have you observed this? So this is your tridem condition. This niche wala is tridem, this middle one is tandem, and this first one is your single, you can say. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Yes, na? So single axle, tandem axle, and tridem axle, you can say, right? Single axle, tandem axle, and tridem axle, you can say, fidget right? Like that. Is that clear, people? Right? No. No. What is that? You can say anticipated traffic, right? Before we enter into that, what is that? You can say that rigidity factor. What is the rigidity factor? Or if you can say rigidity factor is nothing but your contact pressure Cp. It is contact pressure Cp divided by which one? This is a tire pressure Tp. Contact pressure Cp divided by which one? This is a tire pressure Tp. You can say contact pressure Cp divided by this tire pressure Tp. You can say if you just observe, right? So Cp by Tp, right? What is the tire pressure if you just observe? What is the meaning of this tire pressure? Tire pressure is nothing but it is air pressure inside the tire, na? Air pressure inside the tire, we can say, right? Whenever you'll be filling your tires with some pressure, na, that is your air pressure inside the tire. Or you can also call it with which name? It is also called with which name? Inflation pressure, right? Inflation pressure or tire pressure, both are same, you can say. Is not? Now, how can you get this contact pressure then? How can you get this contact pressure Cp then? Contact pressure Cp is equal to, right? Contact pressure, that is Cp, will be equal to wheel load P divided by contact area. Wheel load P divided by which area? Contact area, right? Wheel contact area, right? Wheel load divided by this wheel contact area only, no? Yes, wheel contact area, right? So what is that wheel load? You can say if you just observe wheel load, we are giving the symbol P divided by this. What is the contact area? Pi into A square. Actually, what is the tire contact area? This is the actual tire contact area, na? This is the actual tire contact area, but we are converting that into which one? Equivalent circular area, right? This is your actual contact area, and this is equivalent circular area, right? Equivalent area, right? For this equivalent area, we are assuming a circular shape with a radius of what? A. Now tell me, what is the A, you can say? It is a radius of equivalent contact area or loading area. Radius of this equivalent contact area, right? Which contact area? Radius of this equivalent wheel contact area, na? Is radius of this equivalent wheel contact area, you can say, we just observe, right? Like that. Is that clear, everyone? Done? Okay, right. Generally, what is that tire pressure taken? For road vehicles, what is that? Generally, tire pressure is taken as what? Generally, the tire pressure is equal to 5 to 8 kg per centimeter square. Right? What is the better tire pressure? You can say better tire pressure. What is the better tire pressure? Better tire pressure is equal to that 7 kg per centimeter square. Okay. So by default, if nothing is mentioned, what is that by default or better tire pressure we have to mention? That is 7 kg per centimeter square only we have to take it now. Yes, 7 kg per centimeter square only we have to take it by default if you just observe, right? 7 kg per centimeter square only by default we have to take it if you just observe. Yes, na? Right, like that. Now, suppose if the if the tire pressure is lesser than 7, what happen? Contact pressure, right? Suppose and contact pressure is what? And contact pressure is taken as your 7 kg per centimeter square. Okay, that is what we will be taking right now. Suppose if the tire pressure is lesser than 7, then what will happen? Tire pressure is lesser than okay, I'll be writing the table, that is better. I'll be making the table of this tire pressure, contact pressure, and this one, rigidity factor. So contact pressure by default you assume it as 7, it's not, because that is in the units of what? PSF, right? What is that? PSF pounds per PSF na, pounds per square feet, right? That is 35 PSF, 40 PSF, that is pounds per square feet. You can say pounds per square feet, right? But these are given in which one? This kg per centimeter square, right? You convert using the units, okay? Pounds per square feet, those are. So this is your contact pressure, this is your tire pressure, and this is your rigidity factor. So what is that contact pressure? Generally, if nothing is mentioned, the contact pressure, right? We need to maintain the loads such that on the vehicle such that each and every wheel will be creating how much amount of this contact pressure? It should be creating a contact pressure of 7 only. Suppose if the tire pressure is also equal to 7, what is the rigidity factor? 1. Suppose if the tire pressure is lesser than 7, then what is the rigidity factor? Tire pressure is lesser than 7 means what is the rigidity factor? Contact pressure 7 value, denominator tire pressure lesser than 7 means total value will be greater than 1 na? So rigidity factor is higher means, right? Rigidity factor is higher means rigidness is higher, right? What is the meaning of this rigidness is higher? Rigidness is higher means it is easy to run your vehicle or it is difficult to run your vehicle. Rigid means the name rigid represents difficultness na? What is that name rigid represents? The name rigid represents a difficult to run your vehicle. Na? Yes, difficult to run your vehicle. Difficult to run vehicle. And the walls of the tires are under which one? So whenever you are filling your cycle, right? Atlas cycle or Hero cycle or bike, you can say, and you fill your tire with lesser amount of air only, then what will happen? The walls will be subjected to compression like this, na? Isn't it? The walls will be subjected to compression like this, and it is very difficult. If you take the cycle, lesser air if you fill in the tires, and if you try to run your pedal, you have to apply more amount of force, right? So walls are under what? Walls are under which one? This compression. The walls are under compression, right? Walls of which one? Walls of the tire. Walls of the tire are under compression, right? Okay, that is one. Next one. If it is greater than 7, tire pressure is greater than 7, and rigidity factor is lesser than 1, right? Rigidity factor is lesser than 1 means rigidity factor is lesser, right? Rigidity factor is lesser means easy to run or difficult to run your vehicle? Easy to run, na? Because you take the same example of your cycle, you take your cycle and fill your cycle with more amount of tire, then what happens? Just one time if you are rotating the pedal, na, it will be moving for more time, right? You will get a feeling that you are floating in air and fastly you can move. Yes, na? The walls are under which one? This is tension. The walls of the tire are under which one? Tension, right? Because these walls are under tension, we'll get a feeling that we are floating in the air, jumping like that will happen with a higher tire pressure. Did you observe that? Walls of the tires are under tension, you can see. So, is that clear, all of you? Right? Okay. So if you just observe here at first condition, let us say this is your which one? This is tire pressure. Na? This is your tire pressure, and this is your contact pressure. And when that first condition, what is the first condition? Contact pressure is higher than the tire pressure, right? When the contact pressure is higher than the tire pressure, what happens? You can say contact pressure, that bottom pressure is higher means at this place it is like this, and at top also to make it balance it is like this, right? The walls are creating tension, walls are subjected to compression, walls are subjected to compression. That is why the side walls will be like this, they will become like this. Now suppose if it is higher tire pressure, this is your tire pressure, this is your contact pressure, you can say. So if we just consider this, tire pressure is higher than the contact pressure, right? When the tire pressure is higher than the contact pressure, what happens? So this bottom wall will be higher means this net value will be in the downward direction. To balance that, it will be in the upward direction to the top, right? So it will be under tension or not? Yes, this walls will be under tension. So that is the reason we are getting a feeling that we will be jumping. Is that clear now? Is that clear now, people and everyone? All of you? Is that clear now, everyone? All of you? Contact pressure and tire pressure and all these things, yes, na? Right. Okay, then we'll be closing the session. We'll be continuing next week. Okay, next Friday or next Thursday we'll be continuing these things. Okay, shall we? The flexible payment will be continuing, and rigid payment also will be completing in the next week. Okay, right. I'll be closing the session. Thank you all of you. Have a good day. Right. Good night. Sweet dreams.